Hey guys, Wasted here, and I'm going to be going into my Redstone Creative Mode world to show you guys some of the inventions I've been working on. So, well, one of them actually, and it's my automated, well, semi-automated pig farm. So, yeah, this is my Creative Mode place where I come to test stuff. So this is the uh, test version of my pig farm, as you'll see. So one of the main problems when you're using minecarts and animals is that they leave the minecarts if you log out of the server or the world, which if you don't have a system to get them back in the carts is a problem. Luckily I was browsing YouTube and I saw a video by Docam or Docam where he showed that you can get them back into the minecarts. So I took that and then I basically made my own sort of design around it. So it's very different from his though, so I'm claiming it as my own. So I'll show you guys how this works. Basically when you first come into your world, you need to hit the switch to get your pigs in their carts. Let me just stop all that beeping noise, one sec. Okay, sorry about that. Right, anyways. So once you've hit that to get them in their carts, you can start using the system. So to use it, this is a very primitive version of what I did, but I'll show you how it works. Basically you hit the switch, put them in breeding mode, and then you'll see that they will breed. And then basically the baby comes out and the only place it can go is into the middle block. So eventually it will go there. Doesn't usually take very long. Come on. Okay, he's moving now. Let's see where he goes. There we go. I was a bit close, so I think I was interfering with him. And you'll see the water takes him to the farm. And then basically you hit the button or the switch to turn it off, and the carts go back up and the pigs stay in the carts. If you log out of your server, you'll notice once it loads, you'll notice that the pigs are out of their carts again, but it's not a problem because they can't go anywhere. And all I have to do to get them back in is hit the switch. So I'll go to the main version of this that I've been building, which is a long ways this way, so I'll be back right in a second. Okay, we're here at the final version, or at least I would say the beta. It's almost finished. It could probably do with a few small bug fixes, but as you can see it works. So I'll show you this in action. As before, the pigs are out of their carts, so this is all controlled by one switch, which is good. But to get them into their carts, I just flip the switch, and then to put them in breeding mode, I have these handy little trapdoors. So I'll show you this in action. These are different because that's like the finished version, and this is just so you can see what's happening. But as you can see, we have piglets coming out. Now you'll notice that I missed that one and that one out, and I'll explain that just now. One of the bugs, which is quite easy to fix, is that if I put the two middle ones, I can't do it on the side because I already put one of the middle ones in breeding mode, but we'll just do the other two, just so you can see it in action again. So you can see, once the switch is flicked, the carts start moving, and the pigs come together, and they breed, as you can see. And this one did the same. So once they've breeded and your pig has made it into this water flow, you can then turn the switch off, and that just gets the system ready for the next attempt, or the next breeding that you want to do. So the reason I didn't do the two middle ones that are beside each other is because occasionally when you do that, you'll see that this pig is facing this one, so it's trying to breed with the pig that's not in its breeding cell. So they're too close together, basically. So what I might do in the final version, which will be in my Let's Play probably, is just make it 3 blocks. So this middle one would be like right in the middle. So there'd be 3 pens or holding blocks. That way they should be far enough apart to stop that problem happening. But it's not a major problem, it's just a small bug. Other than that, it's fairly bug proof. I haven't noticed anything else. Any other problems. This holding part down here, where the pigs are transported to, is just for showing you. This could be built maybe slightly off the ground, and this could lead to a farm with water pathways taking the pigs there. And then you just wait a day cycle for them to grow up, and then you can harvest them in whatever way you want to. Some kind of killing device or a sword, whatever suits you. So overall it's quite a good system. The good thing about it is these pigs will never leave these pens because they can't get out. So you've always got a seed of pigs to spawn more pigs from, which is good. So you've got a constant supply of food. You can see how many pigs are down there. With this particular one you get 8 piglets, and you can basically make them breed every sort of 5-10 minutes, because I've noticed that if you separate the babies from their parents, the cooldown on their how long it takes for them to be allowed to breed again is reduced, because their baby's not around. It's not instant, but it's a lot shorter than if you had them in a field. Because if they're in a field, I think that the baby has to grow up before they can breed again. But this way, I guess the game assumes that because it's far enough away that the baby doesn't exist anymore, and it appears that their cooldown gets reset. So you can get a lot more pigs a lot faster. I believe the system will work with cows, sheep, and chickens. I'm not sure about chickens, but it should work with chickens. I don't see why it wouldn't. With cows, I think that it would be need to be made taller. Like the holding cells would need to be taller, so that the cows wouldn't get suffocated. But once they've breeded, just hit the switch, and the water stops, and the pigs are moved back up to the area where you can look down the trapdoor to put them in breed mode again. So it's quite a good system. I'm quite happy with it. I'll probably build it in my Let's Play at some point. Of course, legitimately, this was just for testing purposes. But so far, apart from the cells being too close to each other, or the breeding blocks, I haven't noticed any other bugs. Oh, there's so many pigs down there now. So yeah, in the final version, this will probably all be built a little bit higher, so I can build a waterway to like an enclosure where they can grow up, so you can harvest them. So I'll show you guys how this works. I'll show you how to build a breeding block like that, and maybe you guys can improve it or recommend suggestions. So let me find a space to build one of these blocks so you can see how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to do it right here. So I use wool because I like the texture, and redstone stands out nicely against it. It might be worth trying a different, in fact I'll do that now, well no I won't, but it might be worth using a different block instead of wool to see if it solves the problem of the two middle blocks not knowing which pig or which animal to breed with. So maybe stone or something would stop that, but I doubt it. I think it's based on range and not whether they can see each other or not. I did close the middle blocks off completely to test to see if it would stop them from trying to breed with the pig in the other block, but it didn't, so I'm assuming it's based on range. So you want to start off with making two sections like this, and then put a piston. I deliberately didn't use sticky pistons in this system. One, because the way I designed it they're not needed, but two, because they're a lot harder to get than normal pistons. And if you're doing it in your Let's Play, you don't want to be farming slimes for hours on end until you find some, because slimes are hard to find. So I tried to stay away from them, the sticky pistons, so you shouldn't need any for this. So next thing you're going to need is some power rails. Once you lay them like this, break the top one. Okay. The next part is the water part. So you need a piston here, and then you want to go down 2 blocks and put where are the repeaters? Here we go. Put a redstone repeater there, 1 redstone, and then put a block and an inverter, and then carry the redstone like so. Bring it out. In fact, we'll go 1 more just so we don't have any problems. Let me just get sand so I don't have wool everywhere. Okay, so you can see the inverter makes this piston's default state as active so that it's blocking. Next thing you want to do is cover that and cover that. Get a bucket of water. Put it in there. So I'll just show you what happens. If power is given to this redstone, the piston deactivates and the water flows. So the next piston that you're going to need, in fact, one sec, you'll need wool here and wool here, and you can put wool there, or any block, it doesn't matter. The only block that you can't use for these two is glass as far as I know. Glass stops the cart from going back up, so you need to use something that the cart won't get stuck on. Wool works fine. I haven't tested it with other bricks, but I'm sure you guys can do that. So we need to separate these two bits to stop the pigs escaping. Oops. So just build a wall. Okay, and we need a piston here. So like that. And then you can break the block. That's not right. So place a block here and a block here, and then put the redstone torch on this block. And that should work fine. And then place some blocks here for the wire. And just basically join it all up. It's a very simple system, but effective, which is the way to go. So right now, you should have all your pistons in. This one, the reason you have a torch here is to invert this piston so that its default state is active. That stops your animals or pigs getting away. The other thing you will need to do is put a block here and just basically enclose this a bit, like so. Because pigs I think are only one block tall, you don't need to worry too much about suffocating them. Okay, so a little mistake I made here. Make sure the front is 2 blocks tall, otherwise your pigs will get out. But other than that, that's perfect. I leave these bits open because that's how I give them wheat. You could close them if you want to give them wheat from here. I think, apart from powering the rails, I think we're good to go. This rail here, it's best to power it. It's best to power it on the slanted block, so the power doesn't interfere with any of the pistons. So all it should need is this to power it. You can even make that just 1, and you can hide this if you want. Don't forget to fill this block here in. You can see I used, in my version here, I used 1 torch to power both of the rails on each thing, in each block. So you need to do the same on this side. I'm just going to move this wire out of the way a bit, just so they don't interfere. So that's that rail powered. You could probably power this from underneath the block as well, but it doesn't really matter too much as long as the torches don't interfere with anything else. cover this up. Don't forget to put a lock here so your pigs can't come in here. It's important that the pigs have got nowhere to go apart from the one exit, which is this one. Otherwise you would have to wait quite a while for the little pig, the baby pig, to get its way down here. Okay, so all you need to do now is get some minecarts. As you can see, they've gone right up. And we'll put a switch in here, just to show you guys. Where's my wool gun? Here we go. Okay, so need a lever. Oops. Oh, that's terrible wiring. So put your switch here. Well, you can put your switch anywhere. I wired them all up to one switch at the top. Okay, it looks like the power's not getting there. Yeah, it just needs a boost. There we go. So as you can see, when you hit the switch, these pistons come out, which pushes the cart onto the power drill, which causes them to swing like that, and you'll have pigs in these. The two pistons in the middle deactivate, causing the water to come and causing this gap to open up for the baby pig to come through into the water. And then basically this water can go anywhere. You can just basically send the offspring anywhere you want with water channels. I chose to put them all into the middle. But that's all there is to it. And then once you've got your baby pig, just deactivate the system. It'll store your pigs back up here. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You can also close these off. You can hide all this wiring. You could make it more compact if you wanted. The more compact the better. I made a good effort in this system to make it as compact as possible. It's a good practice to keep things compact when you're dealing with redstone. Otherwise you end up running out of space. Ah, this bug. This is a bug that creative mode has. If you select, if you've got your cursor over anything, doesn't matter how far away it is. Okay, it does matter how far away it is, but yeah, if you're pointing at it, I think it's a bug. So yeah, but that's it. That's all there is to it. So now all you have to do is the hard part, getting the pigs in there. That took me ages. But yeah, this is just one, so you know, you can duplicate this like I've done here, and you could have as many as you want, I suppose, but I would make the gap between them bigger, so you don't have the two breeding cells interfering with each other. I'm not sure how far exactly you would need to go. I'd imagine, well, it's 5 blocks there, but there's only a 3 block gap, so I would try 4 or 5 blocks gap between the two pigs so they don't interfere with each other. So the pigs try and breed with the same pig, or the pig next to them instead of the pig in the other cell. You would think that, you know, it would try with this one because it's closer, but who knows, a Minecraft bug. I will see if I can figure out a way to get around that. But in the meantime, give this a go, see what you guys think. And I think that's all there is to it. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So if I design anything else or come up with anything else for farming or just with redstone in general, I'll and it's good enough, I'll make a video or something so you guys can see it. And for now I'll be off, so take it easy. My next Let's Play should be up after this as well, so check that out if you want, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.